Hi guys, you're welcome back to my new video on Smart Tech. In the previous video, we have seen that how to make this website using simple HTML, CSS and JavaScript only. But in the previous video, we have not completed this website. So here you can see that if we inspect this website is not responsive. So in this video, we will see that how to make this website responsive. So before starting the video, I want to say that if you are new at this channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video and also share this wonderful design with your friend. So now let's get started. So let's come to our text editor VS Code, and here you can see that we have write all this code HTML, CSS and JavaScript in the previous video. So to make this our website responsive, first we will make our header to responsive. So here we will create one more file, that is responsive.css. Here we have already connected this file responsive.css. So we will use the media queries to make our website responsive. We will use media queries, and here we will set the maximum width of device. And here first we will design our this logo, website logo. So we will inspect this logo, and here we will copy this code and we will write it here, and we will change the margin left, that is 2.5 frame. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. And after that we will set this neighbor list. So from our CSS file, we will copy this line and we will write it here, and here we will style out this neighbor list for our responsive device. So we will set the position of this neighbor list will be fixed. From the top it will be 0, from the left it will be also 0. Width of this neighbor list will be 60%, and here we will set height of this will be 100%, and we will set the background for this, that is white. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. And now we will set box shadow, and here you can see that how it looks. So we will make it to center of this container. We will use display flags. Justify content will be center, and here we will set the padding from the top. It will be 15 rem. Now you can see that how it looks. Now we will set the padding between this. So here we will inspect this. We will copy this. After that we will write it here, and we will set the display will be block, and padding between them will be 0.5 frame from the top and bottom, and from the left and right it will be 2.5 frame. Here you can see that how it looks. So after that we will make this button to display none. So here we will inspect this button, and we will set the display none for this button. And after saving this, here you can see that how it looks. So now we will transform this new container. So here we will use transform. We will use here translate text, and we will use 100% to hide this navbar. So if we want to show again this, we will remove this translate, and here you can see that now it is visible. So now we will create one button to toggle out this menu in our HTML file. So here we will create one div with a class name new toggle, and in this we will use one icon. So from here remix icon, and here we will search for dashboard, and we will use this icon. And after saving this, you can see that it is visible here. And now we will style out this new toggle button. So we will copy this class, and in our responsive CSS file we will write it here, and from our HTML file we will copy this icon class and we will write it here. First we will set the margin from the left. It will be 12.5 rem. Padding will be 0.8 rem, and background of this button will be now. After saving this, you can see that how it looks. And after background, we will use font size for this icon, that is 3.2 rem. And here you can see that how it looks. And after font size, we will change this margin left to right. After this, you can see that how it looks. So we will set color of this icon will be white. And now we will set box shadow for this button, that is 5px. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. So now we will add text shadow for this button. So we will copy this same code and we will write it here again. And now we will change this box to text shadow. And here after saving this, you can see that how it looks. And after that we will set border radius for this button, that is 0.6 rem. So let's come to the JS file, and here after this, first we will get this button. So we will use constant, and we will create one variable with the name toggle button, and here we will get this button using ID. So we will use document dot get element by ID, and we will write here the ID of this button. First we will set the ID of that button in our HTML file. So we will set the ID of this button will be toggle menu, and we will copy this ID and we will write it here. And now we will get the ID of this new menu. Okay, so we will create one more constant variable and we will write the name of this variable, that is menu. And here we will get the ID of this menu using document.getElement by ID. And here we will write the ID of this menu. So from our HTML, here first we will define the ID of this menu, that is new menu, and we will copy this ID and we will write it here. And after that we will add one event listener on this button to show or hide this menu. So we will copy this, and here we will set the event listener on this button, and here we will write the name of this event, that is click. And after that we will use the callback function. So we will use arrow function here, and after that we will copy this menu. So when we click on this button, we will add one class on this menu, that is class list, and here we would use toggle. The class name, that is active menu. And after that we will copy this active menu class and we will write it here. And here we will add this class to this new list. And we will set transform, that is 0. And after saving this, you can see that when we click on this button, our menu is shown, and when we click on this button again, our menu will be hide. So now we will add transition on this menu. So we will add transition, that is 0.3 second. And now you can see that how our menu is smoothly working. So here we will use jet index, that is 1. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. Our logo come to this front of this menu. So our header is completed. So after this we will set this active indicator for this new link. So in our CSS file, we will use this code in our responsive.css file and we will write it here. First we will remove all this code and we will set the position of this will be from the top, it will be 0, and from the bottom it will be also 0, and from the left it will be -14 RAM, and margin will be auto. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. This indicator come to this position. So now after header we will style out this home page. So first we will inspect this tag. So from here we will copy this and we will write it here. So after this new menu and header, we will style out this home page. So in our responsive CSS file, from here we will copy this code and here we will change this code, and here we will set the read template column will be 1 FR, and after saving this you can see that how it looks. So using this 1 FR, our content will be take this whole width. So after that, in our CSS file we will copy this line and here we will write it here. Justified content will be center. To make out this content in the center, here you can see that this content looks in center. So now we will inspect this tag and from here we will copy this and here we will set the maximum width of this heading will be 100% and font size of this will be 3.5 RAM. Line height of this heading will be 4 RAM. And after saving this, and here you can see that how it looks, and this looks good for our responsive screen. So now we will change our this input box. From here we will inspect this and we will copy this code and we will write it here and we will set padding from the right, that will be 5 RAM, and here you can see that how it looks. Now we will style out this button and we will copy this line and we will write it here and we will set the padding for this button, that is 1 RAM. And after saving this you can see that how our button looks. After that we will style out this right content. So we will inspect this and we will copy this code and we will write it here in our CSS file and here we will set align item, review flags start. So now we will style out this image. We will copy this image class and we will set margin, that is 0. Width of this image will be 90%. Height of this image also will be 90%. And after saving this, you can see that how our image looks. And we have completed our home sections. And after that, we will style out this bottom sections. So in our style.css file, we will copy this section and we will write it here. And here we will change the padding. From the top it will be 0, and from the left and right it will be 1.5 frame, and from the bottom it will be 5 frame. And after saving this, now we will style out this header, section header. So we will inspect this header and we will copy this code. We will write it here and we will change this padding. From the top and bottom it will be 5 frame. From the left and right it will be 1 frame. And here after saving this, you can see that how it looks. Our padding, we have changed the padding from the left and right. So now we will come to our style.css file and we will copy this code and we will write it here and we will set the line height, that will be 5 frame. And here you can see that we have changed the line height of this text. So now we will change this heading. We will copy this code and we will write it here. We will change the font size of this heading, that is 2.8 RAM, and we will set the line height, that is 3 RAM. And after saving this, you can see that here this heading looks small and good. And after that, we will style out this paragraph tag. So we will copy this line and we will write it here. Now we will set the maximum width of this paragraph will be 100%. And after saving this, you can see that how it looks. So after that, we will style out this features card. So in our CSS file, from the features sections, we will copy this line and here we will write it here, and here we will set the row gap between the column, that is 6 RAM. And here you can see that we have set gap between these rows. Now after that, in our style.css file, we will copy this and we will write it here, and we will set the position of this anchor tag will be from the top. It will be 22 RAM. And after saving this, you can see that this button come to at this position. So now we will style out the service sections. So from this file, from here we will copy this code and we will change grid template column, that is 1 FR. We use 1 FR to make that the width of this column will be 100%. So here you can see that how it looks. And now we will style out this heading tag of the service sections. So we will inspect this and we will copy this line of code and we will write it here, and we will change the font size of this will be 2.8 RAM, and line height of this will be 3.5 RAM. After saving this, you can see that how it looks. After this, we will set the content to this position. So here in our style.css file, we will copy this code and we will write it here. And we will change align item to flex start, and we will also change padding from the left, that is 5 frame. And here after that you can see that how it looks. So our service section is completed. After that we will style out this testimonial. So first we will set the width of this slider content. So from our style.css file, we will copy this section code and we will write it here, and we will set the width of this section content will be 100%. And here you can see that how it looks. And after that we will set the padding of this slider. So from a style.css file, from here we will copy this and we will change the padding of this swiper, that is 5 frame from the top and bottom. From the left and right it will be 0. And here you can see that how it looks. Now it is looking good, and take a complete width of this device. So after these sections, we will style out this sign up sections. So we will inspect these sections, and from here we will copy this code and we will set the width of this section will be 80%, and we will set margin, that is 5 frame from the top. From the left and right it will be auto, and from the bottom it will be 0. And here we will set the gap between the column, that is 2.5 frame. And now we will set the box shadow to none. After saving this, and here you can see that how it looks. And we will make this content to the center. So here we will use text align, that is center. And here you can see that how it looks. And after that we will style out this footer icon. So we will inspect this and we will copy this line and we will write it here, and we will set the margin, that is 1 frame. So guys, after saving this you can see that how it looks, and our footer is completed, and we have completed our responsive website. So after that, here you can see that this toggle button display here. So firstly we will remove from here the responsive CSS file. We will copy it in our style.css file at the end of this code. Here we will use display none, and after saving this, here you can see that this toggle button hide from this side. And for our responsive website, this button is also hide from here. So we will display that button at here. So we will copy this code and in responsive.css file at this position we will use display block. After saving this, you can see that this button is displayed here. So we have completed our responsive website, and now we will use JavaScript for our active navbar links. So let's come to our JS file, and after ending this code, we will write JavaScript code for our active navbar link.